Arity. Arity listen is the number of arguments or operands taken by a function or operation in logic, mathematics, and computer science. In mathematics, arity may also be named rank, but this word can have many other meanings in mathematics. In logic and philosophy, it is also called adicity and degree. In linguistics, it is usually named valency. Examples: Ternary. Sometimes it is useful to consider a constant to be an operation of arity 0 and hence call it nullary. Also, in non-functional programming, a function without arguments can be meaningful and not necessarily constant due to side effects. Often, such functions have in fact some hidden input which might be global variables, including the whole state of the system time, free memory. The latter are important examples which usually also exist in purely functional programming languages. Unary. Examples of unary operators in mathematics and in programming include the unary minus and plus, the increment and decrement operators in C-style languages not in logical languages, and the successor, factorial, reciprocal, floor, ceiling, fractional part, sign, absolute value, square root, the principal square root. The two's complement, address reference, and the logical not operators are examples of unary operators in math and programming. All functions in lambda calculus and in some functional programming languages, especially those descended from ML, are technically unary, but see in ARI below. According to Quine, the Latin distributives being singuli, bini, Ternary, and so forth. Abraham Robinson follows Quine's usage. In philosophy, the adjective monadic is sometimes used to describe a one-place relation, such as is square-shaped, as opposed to a two-place relation, such as is the sister of. Binary. Most operators encountered in programming and mathematics are of the binary form. For both programming and mathematics, these include the multiplication operator, the radix operator, the often omitted exponentiation operator, the logarithm operator, the addition operator, and the division operator. Logical predicates such as or, zor, and imp are typically used as binary operators with two distinct operands. In CISC architectures, it is common to have two source operands and store result in one of them. Ternary. The computer programming language C and its various descendants including C++, C#, Java, Julia, Perl, and others provide the ternary operator, also known as the conditional operator, taking three operands. The first operand, the condition, is evaluated, and if it is true, the result of the entire expression is the value of the second operand, otherwise it is the value of the third operand. The fourth language also contains a ternary operator, */ which multiplies the first two one-cell numbers, dividing by the third, with the intermediate result being a double cell number. This is used when the intermediate result would overflow a single cell. The Python language has a ternary conditional expression, x if c else y. The Unix DC calculator has several ternary operators, such as which will pop three values from the stack and efficiently compute x, y, mod, z, e, \text style xy \b mod z with arbitrary precision. Additionally, many RISC assembly language instructions are ternary as opposed and ARI. From a mathematical point of view, a function of n arguments can always be considered as a function of one single argument. However, it may be convenient for notation to consider n-ary functions, as for example multilinear maps which are not linear maps on the product space if n 1. The same is true for programming languages, where functions taking several arguments could always be defined as functions taking a single argument of some composite type such as a tuple, or in languages with higher order functions by currying. Varying arity. In computer science, a function accepting a variable number of arguments is called variadic. In logic and philosophy, Predicates or relations accepting a variable number of arguments are called multigrade, analytic, or variably polyadic. Terminology. Latinate names are commonly used for specific arities primarily based on Latin distributive numbers meaning in group of n, though some are based on Latin cardinal numbers or ordinal numbers. For example, one Ari is based on cardinal unus rather than from distributive singuli that would result in singulary. An Ari means an operands or parameters, but is often used as a synonym of polyadic. These words are often used to describe anything related to that number, e.g. Ternary chess is a chess variant with an 11x11 board, or the millenary petition of 1603. The arity of a relation or predicate is the dimension of the domain in the corresponding Cartesian product. A function of arity and thus has arity n+1 considered as a relation. In computer programming, there is often a syntactical distinction between operators and functions. Syntactical operators usually have arity 0, 1, or 2. The ternary operator is also common. Functions vary widely in the number of arguments, though large numbers can become unwieldy. Some programming languages also offer support for variadic functions, i.e., functions syntactically accepting a variable number of arguments.